Guys, today I have somebody here. I want us to just gist and talk about media. I'll be talking about videography while we talk about pictures. So I'll ask a few questions to help you as an upcoming photographer to choose to know the right things to do so that you don't make the kind of mistake we made. As a photographer, you'll be telling some things that will guide you in line of becoming a photographer. As a videographer, I'll tell you few things I did, some crazy things I did that will actually help you. It's called DIY, like do it yourself. How do you? Hey guys, my name is. Today I want to talk about. Okay guys, building your confidence with camera. Yes, in this building your. Because that one good. This episode, I want to talk about. I'm sure you're wondering why I'm putting tissue. Yes, it's. Yeah, who motivated you to really pursue this photography dream? Because I understand that in this part of the world, we're in a part of the world, I don't want to mention the country, we're in part of the world where dreams die quick because of the environment, lack of adequate support. So who motivated you to get, how did you push?
Okay, going in my photography journey, initially, there was a friend of mine named Olakunle Moses. He was the one that practically told me to get a camera in 2015. So I can say in a way is the one that motivated me to get a camera and to start photography. But there are a lot of people on the way that always ginger me, people like Tolani and likes of others. I mentioned Tolani because Tolani is always, we're always around each other. Tolani Adewale, she's not in Nigeria anymore. So she's like one of my backbone that always ginger me to go on this photography journey to where I am today.
Okay, I'll revert that same question to myself. A lot of things would have made me give up. Coming from a place where there's no support, being in Lagos, everybody who knows me know that the guy who was into oil business then in Lagos and wanted to just pursue my dream. When I say oil business, fuel attendants. So, trying to pursue my dream in videography, in quote, cinematography, the first thing I wanted to do, I don't want to use the F word, I wanted to say go punish that guy now. That said I should go and art, So when I moved to Abuja, there's this guy. I had to call some guys together. I said, okay, let's start shooting. Let's start doing this and that. And I have zero knowledge, in quotes, zero knowledge about whatever I wanted to do. But it's a lesson to someone out there. Like I used to say, you don't necessarily need to have everything. Start, you will learn in the process. I had so much passion. The number one thing you should take away is the passion. I have so much passion for it and I had to go for it. And one thing I'm known for that is finishing data. If I get your Wi-Fi password, I will drain your data because I'm always downloading tutorials on YouTube. So I can practically say that I can't figure out one person that I followed or one person that helped me get to where I am today. I can say it's YouTube. I was always watching YouTube videos, learning DIY, creating my lights myself, buying foil paper and carton, putting bulb in it to create light and all that. I did all that before I got to where I am today, though I'm not where I want to be, but the process, I couldn't even afford a lapel mic then or a boom mic. I have to use earpiece, cut off the earpiece and use the mouth and I was using iPhone 4, I didn't remember iPhone 4. Yeah. My iPhone 4 was like my boom mic. It was my mic then, and those videos are awesome, which I'll put most of them in the description here so that I'll put a link so that you watch those videos I did then and you will really see the progress. So if you're out there and you have a dream, start. Don't wait until you have everything, you will grow in it. So another question I want to ask Blessing is, how many people, can you categorically say how many people who have grown under you since you start?
Okay, to the glory of the Lord, to the glory of God, we are still growing people. And I can say it that I have some couple of guys that have, and I can say that I have some couple of guys that have learned from me. And one of them is Andy. I'm really, really happy for what the guy is turning into. And I have a couple of others. One of them is Paul, is my cousin. And I still train. My church do something they call skill acquisition. So I always undo photography and I train people. There was a time that I trained for free. I just believe in sharing my knowledge. Okay, it takes me a lot to learn what I know today. Burning of data, like you said, I burn data. Glow. Glow knows me then. I subscribe like every week.
Reverting that same question to me, since I'm double casting here, if I've trained anybody, yes, I started training when I don't even know all. Because I believe training will actually make me better because my proteges will ask me questions that I don't know. So I'll be forced to go back and learn those things so that I can come back and teach them. So I think if you're out there, you're growing, the fastest way to grow is to teach, like I did. Even till now, I still train. The purpose of this video is for training so that you can learn from the little mistake we've done. In fact, let me tell you my mistake. After then, Blessing can tell you. I made a very, very terrible mistake when I was growing up in this skill. And one of them was editing. I can tell you that my strength is more in video editing, though I can do other things. So I edited one video one time. It was supposed to be played on a large screen, and I exported the video without the audio. And guess what? I didn't play it back to listen to it, and I delivered it like that. With all confidence and everything. They carried the flash choke in the system. Everybody, the hall was free, and they were waiting for the video to play only for it to play without audio. So that day was like the most down moment of my life that I felt like I failed in this career. I asked myself the question that day that, Justice, do I really want to do this? So Blessing, tell me, what moment in your life do you feel that photography is not for you? You can never make it.
Actually, for me, I've never felt like photography is not for me, because I have one belief in my life is, if someone can do it, I can do it. So I have when starting photography, I have a lot of people that I look up to that have made it in photography. So the only mistake that I could say that made me think one day that like, Kai God, is when I was starting photography, I crammed settings, like camera settings. So I went into an event, I think it was a child dedication or naming or something. So I went to the event, cramming settings like, this is the setting for outdoor, this is the setting for indoor. And to the glory of the Lord, I was disappointed with what I did that day. I had to sort it out, like do a lot of acting here and there. How do I solve this? How do I solve this? I was able to get through it. That day, I went to learn exposure triangle. Since that day, I understand what is exposure triangle. And it has been so easy shooting around camera. Natural lights, strobes, speed lights, since then.
Okay, so in not to bore you guys and make this in too long, so we'll appreciate if you can drop comments, ask your questions, whatever challenge you're having. We're not that perfect, but we are growing. So I believe everybody can grow together. If we have made any mistake, kindly correct us on the comment section. If there's anything you want to know that you want us to talk about, kindly comment, we'll talk about it. If you want to be trained, you can register for any of our classes. I'm sure by now Blessing is thinking of creating a course on photography, which I already have one called Learn Edit, where I train people on how to do video editing and also with filmmaking and content creating. So, and to close this, I will say one thing: keep being creative and keep learning. Thank you. My name is Mark.